Hello, my name is Logan Howard, and this is my CSI 3150 Web and Mobile Systems presentation. My first app is the web application, which was called Poodle Scheduler. The Poodle Scheduler is basically a calendar or agenda-based app where you have your months and then the days, and you can put certain reminders in each day, and then you can scribble them out, or in this case, you can delete them from the calendar. There are different functionalities that this web application supports. There's a puppy slideshow in which you can click through different pictures of dogs and landscapes. You can also navigate to the other pages, which means the calendars. And then I also included a link to my personal GitHub page. But within the three calendar pages, this is where you can set the reminders and everything. There is a button to fast travel between months, next and previous month. There's also a drop-down bar at the top, which is for navigation, which you can go either back to the puppy slideshow page or the home page. And the important parts, create a reminder button. This displays an input field in which the user can type into it what they want the reminder to be, as well as pick which day they want to add the reminder. There's also a delete reminder dropdown in which there's delete one reminder, which deletes the most recent reminder on the day set, and then delete all reminders, which again, you pick a day and it'll delete all of the reminders that you have set for that day. Now, my control flow diagram is kind of a mess. It's very big and hard to see. So this is my external flowchart diagram in which you have the home page, which you start on. There's the different buttons, like going to my GitHub, and the different months. And of course, the puppy slideshow. Each month has their own things, the navigation pages, the next month only for this one because there's no previous, the create reminders, which takes the user input with the day and the text content, and then delete, which only takes the day and is also a drop down. Now back to the slideshow. All we really used was HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript for the web application. And for my mobile application, I did a to-do list. The problem statement for this, it's essentially the same, where I wanted to create a mobile application in which I could track and write down my reminders, because I used to have Apple products and they have the Notes app, and it doesn't really seem like there's a very good Android one at all. So for this one, you have your basic functions that add new reminder, in which you're shown an input screen, which accepts all characters, text, numbers, everything. And there's also the cancel button, which will keep track of what you had previously written, for better or for worse. In case you accidentally click cancel, you can go back and your progress will be saved. And then, of course, once you have input added, you can click add reminder to display it to the home screen. And now that our home screen has changed, we now display each reminder in the order they were added. And each reminder, in addition to the content, it also has a checkbox in which you can say, hey, I finished this, or leave it unchecked if you haven't. And then you can delete each reminder at any order that you choose. So this is the control flow diagram. We start off with the home page and an if detector, basically, where if there's no reminders currently set, we display the image, hey, congrats on completing all your reminders. And then, of course, you can add new reminders, which will bring you to the input screen, in which you can cancel or add a reminder. And it does detect whether your input is valid, meaning you've actually put anything in it. Uh, and you will get an error message on mobile if you do not have valid input. But if you do have valid input, now we go back to the home screen, but now this if has detected reminders have been set. So we stack them on top of the other, one after the other. And of course, there's still the add a new reminder function, but now there's a checkbox for these added reminders, a delete button, and then another check if there are more reminders. We just go on as normal. But if there are no more reminders, meaning you've deleted everything, we again show that image, congrats on completing all your tasks or reminders. And the technology used, we used React Native and Expo, and of course Android Studio, because I do not have a Mac to work with iOS. And to start us off, this is the workspace for my website, my web app project. As you can see, it has the title. The different components we used, I created different folders for all of the CSS, all of the JavaScript, and the different pages, with index being on its own. A little run through. We had the font awesome script, the different links to each CSS file. It's specific to their own HTML. Um, for ones like October, it has its own JavaScript file and script, and then everything has the same fav icon. This is just a little run through. There's really not much here. Here's my href that takes you to my GitHub page. And then October and all the months have their own special things. This is all the code for deleting everything. This is the delete one button, and then the adding a reminder where you're taking in the input of both text and the calendar date, which is up here. And of course, for deleting, you only have the reminder of the date for both of these. But yeah, this is the table. We did a demo in class somewhat going over this. I modified it on my own. So we have a calendar container and a table with each day. This will be at the top of the calendar, and then each day, and then the different IDs and styling that's used in JavaScript, where I take, you know, and I do calculations. I keep track of the recent reminder to delete, and then yeah, a bunch of actual code. So then I also have a media component where I keep all the images for the slideshow, which there are a few, and then there's also one video. But that's it. So now if we go to the actual web page, this is what it looks like. Poodle scheduler. We have the Oakland University. This is my dog Mia. This will take you to my GitHub repositories. And this is a little description, why I did this. This is my dog, everything. And then this will take you to a puppy slideshow there's a caption for a majority of these. Some of these I didn't feel like it was appropriate. There is the number up here to keep track of which image you're on and how many. I did not scale them, so all the different images are different sizes, but I still think they're great. And you can use these dots down here to fast travel, and this is my friend's dog. And then up here, you can click the home button to go back. And then this, I did a mask for October, Halloween, a turkey for November, and a present for Christmas. So let's just go to October. This is what the month looks like. It's blacked out here for Halloween. There's the next month button. The pages drop down, which they do work. And the delete reminder drop down. And that's our fav icon logo here. So let's actually go to Christmas. We see that there's the green, one of the main colors for Christmas. So if we click create a reminder, we see this. Let's say, we want on New Year's Eve. We want to say, eat lots of food and hang out, because that's what you're supposed to do in the festive times. So I put in a special image, fireworks going on in the background, and you see a reminder, eat lots of food and hang out. And if you don't like that, for example, or maybe you already did it and you're cleaning up your calendar, you can click submit. It tells you, hey, it's been deleted and it's now gone. But if we wanted to change this to Christmas, Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, and your reminder's been created, it's in red, the three colors, or two of the three colors of Christmas, red and green. We can add reminders to the same day. Of course, they will stack, although it doesn't look that great if you keep adding them because it'll stretch out the calendar. And I also did put in a period that comes in after. I assume that most people, when they write reminders, do not put periods after, but in case they did, it'll just run twice. So if you want to delete one, let's say on a day that there's nothing, it'll tell you, hey, that day doesn't have a reminder, and it resets everything back to normal. So if you want to delete our multiple, let's say for Christmas, we don't want any of these showing. All reminders have been removed, and they're gone. And this works for each month, and previous, next month, the different pages, and that is the total functionality of my website. So this is the workspace that my mobile application is in. It is called the To-Do app. For front-end components, we used Expo. I also have a few assets. This tick is displayed whenever you've completed all your reminders, as you can see from the text. And then this is my fav icon. We did use different components, which are my different screens. And I believe JSON is also a front-end component. For this, the app.js is pretty simple. We're just importing everything, the different task handlers that we added, and displaying the titles and the different styling. The header is just everything that's on the top of the web page, which you'll see where it's colored navy with the text being gold. This display image displays the tick that we shown if there is no tasks left. And then the input just controls what the user is putting in when they want to add a reminder. And then this takes care of each individual reminder along with the checkbox and the delete button and everything. So now if we change directory into my app, and let's run it with the web to start. So now our web application has loaded. As you can see, this is the header, this is the image that's been displayed, and this is our main button to add a new reminder. Click on it, displaying a new screen. Enter your reminder, cancel, which I will show the function. You cancel, you come back, the text is still there. But let's say our objective is to finish the demo. We can add the reminder. We added a nice blue theme because I like the different shades of blue. The checkbox to say, hey, I'm done. Maybe you can create another one, delete that. It doesn't have to be checked to delete, but once you delete all of them, you're displayed back on that splash screen. So now let's open it in Android. Okay, so now our Android bundling has been complete. I already have opened the Pixel 6 app. Uh, as you can see, this is the Expo app and it's running off of that. Everything looks the same. Add a reminder. But if you try to add the reminder when there's no text, you get this error or alert screen. Please enter a reminder. You can just type hello world, add it, and it works as functioned.